Good morning, everybody. Hiya, Kate. How are you? It was Kate that was waiting, Callum. It's all right. I would just say it says 4 waiting now. I was just as I was sharing it out, and I went, "Oh, I've got 2 waiting already." So happy Halloween. Vlog will be done a bit later on. So yes, the pumpkin cheesecake. So do you want to invite up Kate, or are you not in the land of living, or Hi Marie, how are you? Oh, you scared me. So yes, I mean, obviously it's Halloween. I've done my pumpkin bit to me cheesecake because it needed, like, I've had to go out and buy an actual pumpkin. I've had to scrape all in the middle. You're never in the land of living. That's your dad, Callum. But yeah, I mean, anybody that carves pumpkins, it's the stuff in the middle that sort of turned my stomach, the seeds and all the stringy bits and everything. But yes, hi Carla, how are you? So yes, I did the pumpkin bit because the pumpkin has either got to be roasted or steamed. So I did that bit yesterday to save time, obviously. Hiya, Trollbuster, how are you? So yes, so that bit's done. It's just, the actual cheesecake bit that I've got to do today. So, but we can't actually publish it till tomorrow because it's got to be left refrigerated overnight. So hi Alex. Oh, another one scaring me, saying boo. So yes, are we all prepared for Halloween? I saw Trollbuster's post about the Brussels sprouts in Ferrero Rocher wrappers. I thought that were a brilliant idea. Alex says, did I scare you? Yeah. Well, you see, fact of the matter is, I mean, where we live, there's not many. I think we had one last year, one trick-or-treating, and it were a lady, I think about 5 o'clock, with the kiddies. And I think that was it. Hiya, Emma, how are you? So yeah, we had the one, I think, and that was it, because we'd been out and bought, like, the treat size sweets and whatever. Oh, you've got your Christmas stuff out, have you, Marie? Well, there's nothing like being prepared. I'm still in the shed. And well, I tell you what, it'd scare him, Alex. His elf costume that he bought last year. So yes, I mean, that will probably be making another appearance this year. The elf costume. So I super newbie, or I'll just say super. So it's a bit of a mouthful. But yeah, all our Christmas stuff's still in the shed. And as a lot of you know, Pixie bought the elf outfit last year, so I'm sure that will be making another appearance this year. Yeah. Trollbuster says, has he got his elf and safety certificate? Hi, Ruby. Boom, 13 viewers. I haven't seen Bella or anybody this morning. Kate was first one in, and I said hello. I did ask her if she wanted to come up on the panel, but not said anything. Hi, Sharon. How are you? Boom. They're going. It's going like the clappers. So yeah, same as I say, Halloween, it's usually quiet. We have had sort of fireworks and everything going off for a few nights. But, you know, good, Sharon. Trollbuster says we've got our Xmas tree. Well, I mean, there's early and then there's early. You know, it's only just sort of, well, it'll be 1st of November tomorrow.
Officially, we'll week to birthday tomorrow.
Yeah, somebody keeps reminding me it's only a week to his birthday tomorrow. And it's not Mr. P, it's the
Lurkio.
Yeah, Junior Eagle, Lurkio, or whatever you want to call it.
In the background, Lurky.
Hi, Little B, how are you? 14 viewers in. Happy Halloween to you too, Little B. Same as I say, I'm doing a special Halloween vlog today. Well, sort of. It's a pumpkin cheesecake. So, and Mr. P is counting down the days till he officially finishes work. They're saying only 19 days till retirement. Hi, Crimson, how are you? No. I did last year, if you remember, Crimson, because I did the bad boy interview with the Eagle VP last Halloween. So I did make an effort last year because I got the long hair and I plaited it all and the makeup and everything. I think it's a little bit too early here to be, you know, making myself up, let's say. Lurkio has a lot of aliases. Wouldn't be surprised if he wanted in several. Yeah.
What?
Just saying she wouldn't be surprised if you wanted in several countries. Well, Eagle VP gave him the moniker of Junior Eagle. Obviously, you've seen the Lurkio dance, so that's why they call him Lurkio. And he has actually got a YouTube channel. It's called Epic Gaming, so he's got 1 or 2 aliases. So, yeah.
Been on in a year.
He hadn't sort of done anything recently with it, so gonna have to get him a bit more, you know, involved in it, and then it's like a family affair. So he hadn't actually done anything with his YouTube channel, and same as he's just said, for a year. Did you want an invite up, Crimson? I mean, we've not got Bella here at the moment, and we've got no DJ Ian, and I haven't seen Mr. Eagle VP. So I think that means all good, Crim just skiving. So yeah, just let me know if you want an invite up onto the panel. Okay then, Crimson. Be nice for you to come on the panel. You haven't been on for quite a while. And if you were wondering what that noise is in the background, Callum's watching wrestling. I'll just turn the camera around and let. There you go. He's watching the wrestling, and that was his foot that you just seen. Okay, then. See you later.
Hey, with my feet.
Yeah, we're seeing a shot of your foot, Callum, if you're wondering. The same as I was saying yesterday morning, he doesn't do anything till he's watched his wrestling. I mean, he's yet to go in the bath and RKO, yes. It were RKO and The Miz, actually.
Radio and Miz, Jeff Hardy and Mysterio.
Yeah, there you go. Running commentary.
Let's just finish.
So yeah. But on a Monday evening, this Raw comes on, so he watches that on Tuesday
morning.
Yeah, you watch it Tuesday morning, and then he watches SmackDown on a Wednesday morning.
Well, in America it's Monday, but in
UK,
it's Tuesday. So it should be called Tuesday Night Raw.
Well,
Tuesday morning Raw.
Whatever, Callum. So you can turn that off if you want, Callum, please.
I got TV remote starters.
What is it here?
Yeah.
So just to let everyone know, this came through the post this morning. Planning funerals. I'm not going anywhere just yet. And that come on Halloween. It says, fix the cost of your funeral. But yeah, I thought, wowzers, you know, that coming through my door. Well, through the post actually. As I says to Callum, I says I'm not planning on going anywhere just yet. You know, do they know something I don't? Yeah, Lurkio dance. That's Kate. There you go. Marie says hi, Callum.
Hello, whoever that is.
Marie. There you go. Special mention for Kate and Marie doing the Lurkio dance.
Better get it viral.
Yeah. Yeah. Funny thing is, I was talking to Kate last night via Messenger, and Callum was saying hello to Sarah and to Kate, and they were doing the Lurkio dance, and Sarah sat there doing the Lurkio dance.
They get it viral.
So we've actually got Kate's daughter doing the Lurkio dance now.
Get viral, see.
So it's passing the Lurkio dance on to the next generation, which
Theresa May's been doing it as well.
Yeah, Theresa May did it as well the other week. So
it's getting viral.
So even the Prime Minister of the UK does the Lurkio dance because she were doing that. She were doing the Lurkio dance. So, and that's the Prime Minister of our country.
So you're watching all your videos, Mum.
So it's like when people talk to him, they just go like that, and then everybody's doing Lurkio dance. So, so Kate says she's not quite as good as Callum as he's the master. Well, he's the founder of the Lurkio.
I'm the maker of it.
Yeah, the founder of the Lurkio dance. Yeah. So, oh, you're gonna Lurkio yourself back to bed, are you? Okay then, see you later. Hiya, Lucy. See you later, Sharon. Thank you for coming in. So yes, there you go, the Lurkio dance. You've just missed it, Lucy.
Viral.
We've got the old Lurkio doing the Lurkio dance.
About 2 minutes.
Yeah, and he's now going in the bath. As you can see, he's just took his clothes. He doesn't want everybody seeing him doing the naked Lurkio. So, but you know, Bella's husband Baz and Bella does the Lurkio. You know, everybody does the Lurkio. I have sent Crimson a invite. God, no, I know. That's what I say. You don't want to see the naked Lurkio dance. So obviously when I'm like, well, obviously they're off school this week, so I always get his clothes ready, and after he's watched his wrestling, whatever, you know, then he goes in the bath. So when I'm live and, you know, he takes his clothes up with him and gets dressed upstairs. Any other time, he'll come down, you know, and get dressed down here. But, I mean, nobody else but us it needs to see that, if you know what I mean. Oh. And I've not had a very good night as regards my back. I've got to go and see the physiotherapist later today. Actually with my hand, but I might mention the back. Well, it's a fella actually. I might mention it when I go about this problem with my back. Okay then, Kate, I'll send you an invite. So yeah, I don't know where Bella is this morning. She's probably, you know, not feeling too well. I'll be off. Oh, you're off camera, you mean? Okay, then that's fine. I did send Crimson an invite as well. So yeah, I mean, has anybody? Hello.
Oh, hello. Good morning.
I did send Crimson an invite, but I don't know whether he's fell back to sleep or not.
He's doing the Lurgio dance. So he is. That's what he's doing. I need to swap over to see the conversation.
But yeah, I mean, so as I say, I've done the pump. Never again. I'm going to try and source some tinned pumpkin next time. I'm not squeamish or anything, but it was just the stuff that was inside it that it was turning my stomach.
Would remind you of like really wet, sloppy cheese string with loads of nuts. I love it. Like I absolutely
don't know whether anyone else has sort of gutted a pumpkin, but it was just I
find it really satisfying, although the smell smells really bad. I find it really satisfying to sit and scrape out the inside. Maybe I'm just crazy.
I mean, I didn't actually know until recently that a pumpkin is actually classed as a vegetable.
Oh, and also when you're done with your pumpkins, like not the guts and the nuts, right? Not the guts and the nuts.
That's a good way of pouring it.
Do not put the guts and nuts out. But your actual pumpkins, when you're done with them, put them at your end of your garden for your squirrels, your badgers, and all those kinds of animals, because they love all that shit.
Oh, man's gone it big.
Jeanette, you could feed your wildlife.
You see, the problem we've got, Kate, I can't really do that because we've got 3 cats. So we're for cats, you see.
They're not turn their nose up at it because it's pumpkin.
So, you know, I mean, I mean, not everybody's same, but it would actually turn in my stomach when I did it yesterday.
Good morning, Bella.
Hey, Bella.
Still eating breakfast.
Hey, what's your toast? Got Nicker there. But we were just talking about the pumpkin. I gutted the pumpkin yesterday to do the cake.
Oh, yeah.
When are you doing it tonight?
I mean, I'm not squeamish or anything, but it's like all stringy and got all these
nuts and guts. These
pumpkin things inside, and you've got to like quite literally scoop it out with your hand, and it's like all snotty. It's horrible.
Taste it. Yeah, it is.
You're in there, okay?
I'm going to show them the pumpkins.
But you see, it says on the recipe for that cheesecake that you've either got to roast or something.
But you hear how she says it?
I cut it into like cube things and put it in my steamer, you know, like a pan of water with a steam thing on top. So I did that. So
Who's the name?
They're mine.
Oh.
Would you hear this? Is like the cutest thing ever. Sarah, what are those?
Yeah.
What is it?
Again.
Umpkin.
Pumpkin.
An umpkin. And then look, that's my wall of sweeties and doom.
Oh my god.
No. A few YouTubers died to pay that price.
Committed.
There has been a murder committed.
Yeah, I was actually talking to Kate last night on Messenger, and Callum, I think Callum just going to bed. I think Callum was just going to bed, and he was doing video dance as he does, and then Sarah, I think she was just having a bum change. She sat there and she was going like this. She was doing video dance.
If nothing.
The thing is, she got this little toy hairdryer, hadn't she, Kate?
Yeah, she actually still has that this morning.
And I went like this, and I went, "Are you going to dry me hair for me, Sarah?" And she ran off.
She's a way to top up on her beauty on a budget.
Yeah. She's going to be the next generation beauty on a budget, isn't she?
Yeah. With a Lurkio dance.
Yeah.
Old school.
We're Lurkio thrown into mix.
Wee bit of everything.
I love them.
Do you know what? I'm sorry, but I'm done with you both. I'm not even seriously. Your t-shirts. I am done. This is unfair.
You see, last night when I was talking to Payet, I got this blue and white stripe thing on, and she went, "Huh?" She says, "I've been excluded from the stripe. Come again."
And then today, you are just taking the absolute PISS.
You'll have to get stripy tops, Kate. That's all there is to it.
I just can't even believe it. Like, what did my membership get left in the post? Seriously?
So now I've got to put hashtag Jeanette Pickering, hashtag Coffee Crew, hashtag Stripy T-shirt club.
Oh my god.
I love that picture, Kate, of you and half of it's baby bump and then Sarah.
I know.
I love that picture.
Well, we'll let you in on a little secret, Bella. It's something in the pipeline. We're not saying too much. It's Kate's.
Right.
You know, it's Kate's project, let's say.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll give you just a minute.
Lucy,
oh my goodness, guys. Actually, I love you both so much. Today is a proud day for me. I've joined the Stripey Club.
Lucy's saying she needs to find a stripy top as well.
Had to. Don't even fit in it. My bum's hanging out, but Jesus, I will be here.
You had to squeeze yourself into it.
Yep. No, don't fit.
So yeah, so now we've got as well as the Coffee Crew with stripy top club.
I'm changing our pillowcases yesterday. I've always got pillowcases in pairs. So I got them out, just changing the pillowcases, and I thought, where's the other pink pillowcase? I had all the bedding out, all the sheets, and I was like, where the bloody hell is that? And then I remembered I cut it out for me headband.
I was just going to say it. I know what's coming next. The reason why I couldn't find it is because you cut it up.
Oh my. That's right, the baby shower.
Yeah. Trollbus said Stripey Club or Strip Club. No, the first one. It's the Stripey Jumper Club.
Yeah. Hold on, I need to get back on the screen. I was pouring juice for the child. For the little one!
Are you WrestleMania? How are you? But yeah. Oh, my eyes are tearing up now.
Stripey Jumper Club are having the meeting today. Just ignore
The meeting will convene after the live stream.
Oh, I now feel all great. I'm a member.
Finally, you remember.
I'm starting to think he's would never include me. It's like Desperate Housewives up in this. You guys think it's all, you know, it is family, but you gotta be proper official.
Marie says I can get a strappy outfit, but would have to go to jail.
It actually suits Halloween. It does actually.
Yeah. We actually the chain gang, aren't we? Hi, Crimson.
Hello,
Hello,
Crimson.
hello.
Have you got a stripy t-shirt?
You've got your strappy top on.
It'd be really funny if he
Why
turned
is
his camera
everyone
on.
wearing striped tops? I'm kind of missing out.
See, don't you really feel like you're missing out?
Well, I'm wearing skin, so you know what I mean. It's all good.
Back to a few live streams a while ago, and it was coincidence that me and Bella had both got a strappy top on. So the next morning, Callum came as it, you know, and Kate is actually got that t-shirt on, so Callum's part of the gang as well because he's got his t-shirt on. You'll see when
You guys look like you would be in a rock pop band, like like Jeanette would be the drums, and like Bella would be the guitarist, and Kate would be the singer. You know what I mean with the
Giving me
the same
credit for
shirt.
the word. I don't deserve it.
Buster wants to know who the leader is. I mean, well, that's obvious, isn't it?
Miss P.
The Dennis the Menace.
Don't mess with Mrs. P.
I'll promote you guys.
We're a secret mafia.
I think so. I think so.
Yeah, definitely. We've been gutting pumpkins since 1958.
I'll let you do that. That's your what's it in the gang.
She got the nuts. Who's next?
Oh my!
I know.
It's the first time I've ever bought a pumpkin, and it's going to be the last because it was grossing me out yesterday.
I love it.
And I'm sort of sat there trying to get all this stringy stuff and pumpkin seeds out the middle with my hand, and I'm going,
Oh, no. You see, that's the catch. You use a ladle. A ladle.
Do you eat the pumpkin seeds?
The only thing I've got is one of these ice cream scoopy things. But it's only little.
I don't use your hands. That's what would turn you. You need to use a big silver spoon and scoop the living life out of it. Get that big spoon in there.
As I say hi, the Stripey gang.
Yeah.
The Stripey gang.
Don't forget your peg basket.
I think I have a shirt like that.
Sorry, Steve. I've got the request you sent me. But I've just had a bit of a rotten week, love. But I will do that with you.
Okay, cool. I have to redo it because I left the group collab open on Smule, and then like some random person from the internet like filled in the blank spots.
Oh.
So I'm gonna redo it all like from scratch.
Okay.
Tessa's retired from the stripy t-shirt gang. I've just got a shot of it. She's retired. Oh dear.
How does one retire before the founder?
But yes, that is your position in the striped t-shirt club, Kate. You're the pumpkin gutter. I have a technical question for our cake expert. Go on then, Trollbuster.
Gutted for them pumpkins.
As long as it's not like sort of to do with tech.
Or
Flap-
SEX. Can't be handling that stuff in the stripy jumper gang.
Well, I've got to say, this is an auspicious moment. This is the first time in the history of Coffee Crew I've ever had anyone ask Jeanette a technical question.
She has a point.
I am. I'm on tender hooks, Bass. Your cake didn't rise, right?
Oh.
What cake did
There's gonna be a punchline.
Yeah.
Did you use self-raising flour?
You don't use self-raising.
Did you have enough yeast?
Don't use it either.
Oh, Crimson, we're not doing good here. This is why we are members of the Stripy Jumper.
We have our own club, Kate. We have our own club.
Doggy style of beat.
Trollbuster's question, what cake was it to start with? Chocolate cake, right. Did you use baking powder? And did you use raisin flour?
I don't know.
Did you say did you use self-raising flour?
You do like sort of Victoria followed in, was it a packet?
You had to bring that up, didn't you?
Yeah. No. What? It wasn't a packet.
He's going to say only here.
No.
Only time I made cake, it was inside of a cup. And I put it on my Instagram. That was the only time I've cooked.
Raisin flour.
Raisin flour.
But if you're using, you have to use baking powder.
I made donuts once.
Or you can drop a couple of Viagra in the middle.
I made like gravy rings or whatever you call them. They're like ring donuts. I made them, and I'm not joking. They looked absolutely delicious. They tasted like
It says,
I'm sure they're good.
It says, no, we made it from scratch.
Oh.
I had to bring them.
I do like a chocolate, like a Victoria sponge. But you use self-raising flour and you have to use...
Did you open the oven?
You've got to
Did you turn the power on?
To have the oven on the correct temperature. It's usually about 3 or 4. Even with self-raising flour, you have to use baking powder. Yeah. Because when I make the chocolate sponge, I mix the baking powder, the cocoa, and the self-raising flour all together.
I like how you made your tray bake.
Pardon?
I like how you made that tray bake, your last one.
Yeah, that were a bit different from normal because a normal tray bake you make, it's like a pastry base, but with that one I made it were like a sponge base.
Yeah.
And I even did the fruit from scratch. It was frozen fruit because the recipe said you had to use frozen fruit.
Right, I'm going to go to Tesco's and I'm going to keep this on. No, I'm not. I'm going to change because it doesn't fit. It's just fitting because I'm sitting. Oh, but when I stand up, it rolls up. Oh no, it doesn't.
Well, for certain reasons.
Yes, I was going to say you've got a good excuse, haven't you?
I know.
Trollbuster says, I thought if you use self-raising flour, you didn't need baking powder. Yes, you do.
But yes, catch you later.
I have got a recipe.
Bye, Kate.
Bye.
Bye, darling. Bye.
Bye. Bye.
See you later, Kate. Hi, Big Cars. How are you? But yeah, I mean, I've got a recipe. I mean, I can send it to you, but it's just like, it's called Definitive Chocolate Cake. But it does say, I'll get Callum to get the recipe.
You know, I'll be 2 seconds. My washing machine's buzzing.
Okie dokie. So how are you, Crimson?
I'm doing good, actually. You know, it's my last day here, so I have everything all packed.
Oh,
You know,
is it your last day? Is it?
yeah. You know, I just have a couple things I need, like, you know, like games I need to put into, like, you know, a box, and then I have you know, my clothes. I'm gonna put them in garbage bags.
Oh, right. Okay then. Yes, Chris is counting down the days till he packs up work. He was in earlier on, and he says, "Oh, it's only 19 days now till I retire."
Oh yeah, I saw that. Like, you must be really stoked, you know, like to retire and stuff like that.
Yeah.
I heard a little bit about that, and it's good that he's coming back to, like, you know, stay in home.
Trollbuster says, "Oh, and it's stuck to the bottom of the pan." Well, you see, the thing is, that's why I use them cake liners. But if you haven't got the cake liners, the best thing to do is you have to grease the pan. And sometimes, if you haven't got sort of, you know, the baking parchment, the paper, if you grease it, sprinkle a little bit of flour in and make sure it's covered, that will stop it from sticking as well.
Oh, yeah, I have that problem too when I cook. Everything sticks.
Yeah. Yeah, well, you see, I mean, that is exactly why I buy them cake liners. They're only £1 for about 25, I think they are. But it saves it sticking to the pan, and it saves all the mess when you're washing up. It's just, I do wash them up, even though I use the cake liners. But you know, if you ain't got them, I mean, I get them from B&M or Home Bargains or Pound Stretcher. They're only £1 for 25, and I find that it's a lot easier to use them. Yeah.
Yeah, because I use butter. I use butter to kind of like make sure it doesn't separate, but cake liners would be good too.
I was just about to say, don't use oil or anything. Use, well, if you haven't got anything else. I mean, I've got like these pastry brush things. I mean, if you've got one of the pastry brush things, I just get a little knob of butter on it, grease it, and then you put a little bit of flour in it and make sure it's coated, and that stops. Well, it's supposed to stop it from sticking to the pan.
Oh, that's probably what I needed to do. Yeah.
Yeah, you have to dust it with a little bit of flour as well, and that will stop it sticking. But same as I say, I use the cake liners. But if you haven't got the cake liners, sometimes it pays to get baking thing.
Yeah, because nothing worse. You have like this nice cake, and then you go to serve it, and half of it's on the like embedded into the plate. So yeah,
I'm going back to these cake lines again. They're only £1. This for 25. It saves all that. You just put the cake mix into this liner. It don't stick. Once it's cooled down, you just peel the paper off. Voila.
Ah, there you go.
If you're gonna bake again, Trollbuster, just go to B&M, Home Bargains, Pound Stretcher. They've all got them. They're £1 for 25. It saves all that hassle of having to grease the tins and blah blah blah. You know what I mean? I swear by them. I swear by them.
Yeah.
So,
yeah, please, you can't look comfortable Lily down there.
I know.
So, but yeah, I mean, if it were, so I'm just on about them cake liner things that I buy, Bella.
Yeah, I'm going to start getting them, and then do like tray liners as well, don't they? Like
I buy the, for the loaf tins. You know, when I make the lemon drizzle and the 7-Up pancake, it saves a lot of hassle. It's just when they come out the oven, you just pour them on a cooling rack. let them cool down. Once they've cooled down, you just take them out of tin, peel this paper off, and job's done.
Yeah.
Saves a hell of a lot of, you know, faffing about, as I call it. Because Trouble says he used a bit of stalk margarine rubbed in with his finger. But the other mistake he made is when you do that, you have to sprinkle it with a bit of flour and coat it with a bit of flour. It was a bit of an epic fail yesterday. Even my quiche walls disappeared when I blind baked it. I mean, it all depends what you put. I mean, the trick there is it's got to be like weighted down.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? When you blind bake it, but also once you've blind baked it, once you remove the baking stuff and everything, you have to put it back in oven for about 5 minutes. So that bit that's been covered with the paper, so that cooks as well. Oh no, my missus is thinking about baking. She might surprise you, Baz.
Baking, I can bake, can't I?
Yeah, she can bake.
I can bake, I can bake. I just can't do...
Made our wedding cake.
I made our wedding cake, yeah.
Yeah. There you go.
I can't do stroganoff and all that.
Yeah. Callum, you know what? Callum, just here, look, strap t-shirt.
Lucky.
Oh,
I used to make breakfast in bed for my ex, and like, you know, like she hated it. You could tell, and like she would eat it, and you would hear her eating like the eggshells, like crunch.
Yeah, you tried. At least you tried.
Yeah, I tried.
Well, you see, the thing is, I mean, Chris does majority of cooking, but I taught Chris how to do a spaghetti bolognese the way I do it, let's say.
Yeah.
You know, I can do anything. I mean, like when we have a stew, I do the stew because I do it my way.
Yeah.
When he loves my meat and potato pie.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know, it's them sort of things.
Like that, I do them quite well. Take the notes of him. I do them quite well.
Hey, all the way about the art.
Well, just the local recipes. Bring them in.
I can do what I call old-fashioned cooking.
Yeah, I'm saying, Bella. I'm saying. I must admit, you know, like meat potato pie and stew and things like that.
Pie, all things like that. I can do all that. But when it comes to all this funny foreign stuff, I love to eat it. Baz does it wonderfully, and I love to eat it, but I can't cook it.
It's all a complication to me. It's a confusion. I'm the same way as Bella. I love to eat it, but I admire anyone that knows how to cook.
What about the how you doing with your place and everything, love?
It's all good. I have it all packed. You know, I'm ready to go today.
Here's
the famous lemon drizzle recipe. There you go. And Trollbuster.
I will taste that one day.
That is the recipe I've got for the definitive chocolate cake, and it says 8 ounces of unsalted butter, 8 ounces of caster sugar, 4 eggs, 7 3/4 self-raising flour, 2 teaspoons of baking powder, and 1 3/4 ounces of cocoa powder. So yes, you need, as well as using self-raising flour, you do need baking powder. And if you want to take,
what's he talking about?
If you want to take a look at Trollbuster, it's on BBC Food. Yeah, just look for definitive chocolate cake.
I can see some Pixie in the live stream.
Yeah.
It's Lurkio.
It says, where's fiscal? I mean, I think it means fish cake.
Yeah, I'm here. What were you talking about? Here I am. Look.
Lily says, look at
What is that Bella's nickname? Fish cake?
Oh,
Yeah.
don't go there.
They said you got a young man doing a fast robot dance. What this?
Yeah, so if recipe Trollbuster, BBC food, and it's definitive chocolate cake. 2 teaspoons of baking powder.
Yeah, well, I've got so many nicknames, Steve. Honestly,
Trollbusters put hashtag Mrs. Pingu.
they call me Pingu because the suitcase.
Yeah, that was the last name I heard was Mrs. Pingu.
Yeah, that's I borrowed a suitcase from a friend when I went down to stay with gals, and it was a penguin suitcase. And ever since then, she took photos of it everywhere. And
she took a video of it.
She made a video of it, and she called me
undercover video.
Undercover. Oh God, it was just. So that got fit Pingu. She's always called me Bella Bing Bong, and she calls me makeup nerd.
I know that they're out by the water watching like people boat and stuff, and like she's like videotaping Pingu. She's like, "Look at the Pingu! Oh, I love it!"
But you see the thing, Steve, you've got a camera strap over her shoulder and a camera with arm by her side. Well, unbeknownst to her, she's actually filming it while she got a camera here. That's what I'm saying about undercover filming. Oh, yeah, and the story behind the fish cake is when Bella and Baz came here, we had fish cakes from the chippy. So that's the story behind the Mrs. Fish Cake thing.
Okay, yeah, because if you call a girl a fish cake over in North America, they won't be too pleased.
Oh, right. We'll skip that one then.
But yeah. So I hope that's sort of answered your question, Trollbuster. You know, and if you go to that website, BBC Food, you could
in the corner of Mr. Fish Cake.
You could print it off like what I've done, you know, and it's like the other trick is like equal amounts of butter, flour, and caster sugar. So, you know, you have to, you can use ordinary sugar, but caster sugar's more refined than normal sugar.
At the end of the month, I've just come to my mind, Breakfast Crew will be coming from this very chair.
Yeah.
But it'll still be the same lady.
Coming to Warrington. Direct from Warrington.
Yeah.
No, nothing's come yet. We've had a funeral plan thing come through the door. Plan your funeral. I says to Callum, I says, I ain't planning on going anywhere just yet.
Exactly, that's what I say.
Yeah.
I want a laptop. That's what I'm after. A good laptop.
Oh.
Too many other things though. It's about
that's what come this morning. And it's funeral directors.
That's nice.
Sending leaflets out.
That's nice.
Yeah. I says to Callum, I says, well, that started my morning off good.
It was colorful. It was colorful, at least.
I'm going to try and sort some.
Me and Baz are going to play knock and run.
Oh, for God. I wouldn't put that past you two. I absolutely wouldn't put that past you two.
Okay then, Marie. Marie says it's time for a prayer session. See you later. See you later.
I did knock and run as a kid. You know, like the surge of energy you get from that. I just remember running and like being so scared for my life because I knocked on somebody's door. Like I was like 7 years old.
Ginger.
What's that?
We called that knockdown Ginger. That was the name.
Oh yeah.
Knocking on the door and running off. But
me and Bella could do the knocking bit, but we couldn't do the running bit.
We call it Nicky Nine Doors.
We'd be knocking on door, and by the time we'd gone and got to thing, they'd be at door. You know what I mean? I mean, we're not exactly fast off the mark, let's say.
But I was always that prankster kid, you know, like always surprising my dad. You know, the flaming dog poo on the doorstep. Like, that was me as a kid.
You see what Chris has put? He says, I will wait down the street as Baz knocks on the door as I can't run far. We'll send big guy to knock on the door just in case he gets caught knocking on the door.
You know what we used to do? I used to get my mum's string and twine and loop it through about 4 letterboxes because the houses were close together. And then when you got to the last one, you pulled the string and all the letterboxes.
Oh, man.
Bella's learning all the secrets out now, all these being a tearaway kid.
I know. We're leaking out all the good stuff, yeah.
Chris says, send Dirty Gertie to knock on the door.
Oh yeah, that's a good idea.
Yeah, but you get accused of being a perv then, wouldn't you? Because they say, well, they're perving in my house because there's a drone outside me.
Are you bring Dirty Gertie with you?
Yeah. Yeah, he'll be definitely bringing
I guess you could use Dirty Gritty for that. I never realized.
Yeah, 3 week today. And we'll be off to the Burton household. No, 3 week tomorrow, sorry.
And the week before that, I've got someone else coming.
Oh. So, yes.
Did you know that pixie makes me bleeding laugh? My chat's a bit slower than yours, look.
You know what Chris would do, don't you? It sent drone up and then it'd say, "Yeah, Baz, you are. I'll let you get in trouble for it." Oh dear. Yeah, Baz, you cannot control her. I'm just going for a window in bushes.
There's a lot of fields over the back of us, so there's plenty of place for him to go.
Yeah, it's just poor. I can feel a sickie coming on. Oh, wait, I don't have to.
How long since his last time?
20th.
Oh, yeah.
First comment he put in the chat was only 19 days till I retire. He's counted days down.
And you're coming here on the 21st?
22nd?
22nd.
Yeah.
Thursday.
It's like 3 week tomorrow. Yeah. And Callum's reminding, oh, that's Donna. Just hang on a minute. I bet that's his tablet. I'm just going.
Okay, Coco.
What happened?
Something's come to the door. I think it's the tablet. Chris has ordered a little tablet off of eBay.
Oh.
So I think that's what's been doing. I'm just having little things I've got.
I'm going to open up the chat.
Eh? I can't on here. I've got it on my phone.
Pixie says, "What's that, Bella? You buying me a Maverick too?"
Yeah, what with shirt buttons?
Chris is playing a knock-a-door run.
That's what he's gonna do, yeah.
He's got Dirty Gertie set up and everything.
What, darling? I'm trying to get this going on. Now, where am I? Right. Nexus 7.
You got it.
For 15 quid. How did you get a bleeding Nexus 7 for 15 quid?
Well, I'm sorry to disappoint Pixie, but it was my stuff. And this is the other stuff that I look at difference in packaging.
Oh, yeah.
So yeah, it's the other things I ordered. Nothing exciting.
Are you sure it's an Nexus 7 for 15 quid? I'm just going to have a look now.
So yeah, there you go. That's what I ordered. Another
That's a deep dish.
It's a loaf. It's a large loaf pan. When I met the
oh,
Chris,
right.
he's out there for his tablet,
yeah, he's expected his tablet coming, but I thought that's what it were. But yeah, it's the that's that because I've only got one. So like when I make the lemon drizzle, before I've had to weigh it, you know, blah blah blah. So I've bought another one of them.
So she's got to bring one of them here, of course.
Oh yeah. And then I've ordered like 2.
Just noticed Baz sat on the sofa next to Bella.
So yeah, and I've just ordered two more sandwich jobbos. So yeah. I mean, you know, when you're a baker, you need all these things, but I've got another set of those as well now. So I've got two more. So sorry, Chris, it wasn't your tablet.
I can't believe he got it for 15 quid. That's the Nexus 7.
Yeah.
I cannot believe he's got it for 15 quid because they're lovely little tablets.
Well, it's basically wanting it for the drone.
Yeah.
Because he's, you know, like with his eyesight getting a bit worse, he's finding it hard to, you know.
The camera's not. The only thing with the Nexus 7 is the camera's not good on it, but it's a good tablet.
Yeah, Chris says, yeah, that's the one I'm getting.
Yeah, it's I like it better than I like the iPad to work. I'm just trying to have a look here.
So you never know, it might come a bit later, but they weren't due to come till Thursday, and the Pyrex stuff weren't due to come till Tuesday. But they
Who bought it? Who bought it?
It's good they come early.
What were you saying, Bella?
Who bought it? Hermes?
I don't know, to be quite honest with you. Just a bloke knocked on that. I'm assuming so. Yeah, Hermes. It says Hermes in corner there, look. But you see, you didn't see debacle what other stuff come in, Steve.
I know.
Well, this is a good one. This is a good one. Just got a small crack at the bottom of the screen. Yeah. Well, I mean, he's only going to use it like for his drone stuff. I ordered like what they call a pudding bowl, like a elite pudding bowl, and a glass flan dish.
Ooh.
Right. I'll just show Steve because he weren't here other day. This is the box.
Yeah, let's see.
This was the state it was in when it arrived.
Right. Whoa. What did it go through that it went like that? The box was like that.
Yeah, that's how it came, right? So
yeah,
all I had to do was put my hand in to get them out, and that's basically all that came in. And it's like tissue paper and like perforated brown paper. That's it. That's all. And there were 2 glass items in it, right? So I rang up yesterday, and this were from Asda, which is like American Walmart, whatever.
Yeah.
So, I rang up to make a complaint, and I says to a woman, I says, I've took pictures, blah, blah, blah. So she says, well, I'll log your complaint. I says, the items weren't damaged in any way, shape, or form. I says, but I was disgusted in the state of the packaging when they arrived. And I did mention it to the driver. I put, what the heck's gone off there?
Yeah, that's not right. That's like it looked like it got beaten up in a fight. Like the box, like it shouldn't look like that.
When I mentioned it to the driver, and I went, what the heck's gone off here? And he says, oh, it's probably come out at warehouse like that. Took my signature and walked off.
Yeah. He was very ignorant.
Yeah. He just took my signature as if to say, because you see, most of these Hermes couriers are self-employed, right? So
yeah,
it all depends on the amount of drops that they make per day on the commission and whatever. So the more packages they deliver, the more money they get.
Yeah, and Amazon's the same, because Amazon practically throw it at you when you open the door.
And it's like Hermes has got a bad reputation. You know, there's been documentaries made about them, you know, just throwing things on people's roofs or just throwing them over fence. And ain't gonna get going. Oh, I think he means right, gonna get going, catch you in a bit. See, I have to decipher what he says because he's doing it correct, autocorrect. But anyway,
it drives me nuts.
So I rang up and I says, the items themselves arrived, you know, not broken, which is amazing considering. But same as I was saying yesterday, Pyrex are pretty durable as regards, you know. But that weren't the point. So anyway, I rung this lady, answered the phone, and I says, I don't want to return the items. I just want to make a complaint about how they arrived at my door.
Yeah.
But you see, the first thing I did, Steve, was take pictures before I even got the stuff out of the box.
Yeah, for sure.
I says to this woman, I says, I've took pictures. I can send you pictures to prove the state of the box when it arrived. I says, because before I did anything, I says, I took pictures. So she says, well, give me your email address. I'll send you an email where you can send the pictures to.
Mm.
But guess what?
What?
I didn't receive any email. So it makes you wonder whether she's logged the complaint in first place.
Yeah.
No, it's like one of those things you have to like keep harassing them and then eventually they'll get to it. Like, you know, like they'll keep you on the phone for like 25, 30 minutes before like they answer. It's like they make you wait on purpose.
But you see, the thing is, I said to Chris this morning, I says, well, I'm not going to let it drop because they shouldn't have arrived in that state. One, the packaging was too oversized for the items. Two, the state of the box when it arrived. And three, the stuff that they were wrapped in. I mean, to me, they should have been wrapped in bubble wrap.
Mm.
It was a roll of the dice. It was a roll of the dice that your stuff got there safely, given how the package looks.
Yeah, that's what I think.
That's what I said to Bella. I said, hadn't they have been Pyrex, which everybody knows that Pyrex are durable glass items. Had they not have been Pyrex and just been ordinary glass, they'd have probably have been broke to smithereens by the time they got here.
So just get back onto them, Jeanette, because they're ignoring it. They shouldn't be ignoring it.
But yeah, so I says to Chris, I says, well, I'm going to ring again today.
Who are you phoning?
George.
Yeah, that's it. That's who you need to
because
phone.
that's where the order originated from.
Yeah, and that's who packaged it to start with.
Yeah. Yeah. So it's either happened in the warehouse or whoever's packed it, or two, it's the courier. You know, I mean, because somebody said to me, oh, well, they probably ripped it or, you know, somebody's ripped it to see what's in it.
Yeah. But no, if they hadn't ripped it, Jeanette, that was packaged wrong.
Yeah.
They
I mean,
shouldn't have-
a big
even if
box
they hadn't
like
had
that.
hole in it, that was not packaged properly.
No. I mean, like them today, they've come in like a little plastic bag. I mean, yeah, you don't expect glass items to come in a bag like that.
Yeah.
But to me, that is proper packaging for what's been ordered.
The box didn't fit the things.
No, it will way too big a box.
Mm.
I mean,
And it looked like it was attacked by a Tyrannosaurus. Like,
I
you
know.
know, it's seen better days.
It's got all this brown tape stuck all over it. And to me, I mean, the items weren't massive, Steve. It were like a flan dish about this big, and then like a pudding basin like about that big. I mean, like even a medium-sized box would have sufficed.
Yeah.
But to come in a massive box like that.
Yeah, but look at it this way. You could be helping the next person that like orders from that place, and they, like they'll step their game up and they'll make sure that the box isn't like that because you complained and stuff.
Well, I said to her, I says, well, if that box left the warehouse intact and not ripped and anything, obviously it's been ripped, either sending it to the courier or the courier themselves. So they should be made, same as I says to her, I says, I don't want a refund or anything. I just want to make a complaint.
Yeah.
I mean, it's just as simple as that. I just wanted them to be made aware of the fact that the state the box came in.
Yeah.
And, either somebody accountable for it at the warehouse or somebody accountable at the courier place or wherever it goes after it leaves warehouse.
It's wrong to ignore you completely. Wrong. Is the washer going, Bez?
Yeah.
But yeah, it's not been thing. I mean, everybody's seat state of it.
Yeah.
It's just not right. Something's. They've got to be made aware of the fact that that's how it arrived.
Definitely.
It's giving them a bad name when all said and done, isn't it?
Exactly.
And if people see the state of that box, they say, "Oh well, I'm not ordering from there if that's the state my items arriving."
Exactly.
People are not going to want to order from them.
No, exactly.
So yes, Pixie's gone, but sorry it wasn't his item that he was expecting. It has been posted because he's received an email that it's been posted, so that's why he's expecting that to come. So
might come with the Royal Mail.
It could do. I mean, it could be with Parcel Force or, that side of Royal Mail, you never know, do you? But it's not something that postman can really shove through the door, is it, if you know what I mean?
No.
So in your area, Bella, do you get many trick-or-treaters or?
A few, but what we're not very keen on is, I know this sounds snobby, but there's different parts of Warrington, like there's different parts of anywhere, I suppose.
Yeah.
And you've got the nicer part, because where we live, our estate, it is nice. It's a nice, like yours, It's a nice estate. And then over the other way of the main road, it's not a nice estate.
Yeah.
And what gets me is their kids come over to our estate to do the trick or treating, and that annoys me.
Oh, well, I was saying earlier on. I mean, like last year, we had one, I think, because we'd been out and bought these, like fun size.
Yeah, that's things, what we
the fun size packets of things. put them all in a bowl.
That's exactly what we
We
do.
had one lady come with 2 kids. That were it.
Yeah.
So we and then they come, I think, about 5 o'clock.
Yeah.
You know, like, because obviously it's getting dark earlier now.
Yeah.
So I think they
Yeah.
at 5 o'clock. We don't get many at all. I mean, we've lived here nearly 3 years.
Have you done it again today?
I find Halloween, like when I was a kid, Halloween was like, it lasted until like 9 o'clock, 10 o'clock, and like, you know, kids were out. Like, I would get so much candy, but nowadays, like, you know, like with my nephew doesn't like going out. Like they don't see the point in trick or treating like the older generation. I find.
Ian's in and he's put Bella lives in the ghetto, I'll tell you. So, but yeah, I mean, same as
I mean, Runcorn's Windsor Palace, isn't it?
Yeah, but it's same wherever you live, Bella. I mean, like where we live, you know, you've been. It's a lovely estate. It's a lovely area, and some days you can like virtually hear a pin drop. It's that quiet. Then you've got a bit further down the road the rough part.
Exactly the same as us.
You know what I mean? It don't matter where you live. You've got the quiet, all right areas, and then you've got the really.
That's the same as us.
When you go to the main street. What I call rough parts.
Yeah, there's a state near us on the other side of the main road, and it's awful. Awful. You wouldn't walk through there overnight on your own.
Well, this is the thing, you know, I've got to go to physiotherapy later. That is like in one of the rough parts.
Right.
So Chris says, you know, you get in a taxi, no ifs and buts about it. So they drop you off at door and pick you up at door. You know what I mean? But
oh yeah, definitely.
So it's a case of you know, because see, when the physiotherapist rang me up, before I've gone to one that's near Callum School. Now that is quite a bit away. So I can see it from their point of view. We'll find you somewhere a bit closer that's closer for you.
Yeah.
But it's, I mean, I don't know the exact area where it is, but it's up in that rough, where all rough people are, if you know what I mean. It's in that area.
Yeah.
So, yeah, Ian, Crimson's moving out. Is it today, Steve?
Yeah, moving today.
Yeah, he's moving out today. So, have you found alternative, or are you still going where you said?
I'm gonna be traveling with a bunch of like nomads, you know, doing circus shows, you know, performing. I'm gonna be a gypsy.
A bearded lady.
Yeah, a bearded lady. I don't have to shave my legs this time. Oh my.
But,
are you going in? Are you going in your dad's place?
I think just for like a month.
So your dad's not moving?
No, my dad has a job interview in London, and if he gets that job, he's gonna be moving to London, and I'm gonna be keeping that place instead of moving.
Oh, you're moving with him to London.
I don't really know if I want to move to London. He kind of wants to keep this like place in case that job doesn't work out, because he likes to like what.
London, Steve, honestly, you don't want to move to London.
No, it's London, Ontario. It's not London, England, though.
Oh, that's what I thought you meant.
I should have specified that, but yeah, there's a London, Ontario.
Oh, so he's not moving to the UK then?
I would move if it was London, England. I would be moving there, and I'd be right there with my dad. Like, you have no idea.
Well, I was saying, you know, you're going with him because I thought you meant London in the UK as well.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, definitely. If it was London in England, I would be there.
You wouldn't. You wouldn't. Honestly, I would never move back to London.
The London in Ontario is right next to Detroit, like that, like like New
right.
York area.
Yeah.
But you see, the thing is, Steve, in the UK, London is the most expensive place to live.
No, I can imagine that with all the sites and the tourism and stuff.
Yeah.
But yeah, it is.
Like London.
I mean, it's like rents as high, and basically with it being the capital of the UK, I don't know.
Yeah.
That's why, but London is the most expensive place in all of the UK to live.
Yeah.
Yeah, the Queen lives there. That's why.
What would be the least expensive place?
Sheffield.
Probably the top of Yorkshire that way. Yeah.
Yeah, Angel. But yeah, I mean, like, believe it or believe it not, Steve, our rent here, and it's a 3-bedroom house, and Bella's been, and she knows it's a big house, isn't it, Bella?
Yes, it is.
£90 a week.
Oh, that's not bad.
That's very, very good.
I mean,
Yeah.
as I say, Bella's been, she knows the size of the house. It's a big through like living room, dining room area, 3 bedrooms, the toilet downstairs, the bathroom upstairs, and the kitchen's a reasonable size as well.
Yeah.
See that's decent. Like I pay $1,400. I don't know how much that is in quid, but like I don't even have a 1-bedroom. So like living with my dad for like a month, like I'll be able to get like first and last, and I'll be able to get a place like that. Because I have money saved up. I just need to get the next like first and last for rent.
Well,
Liverpool, yeah, you're right, Ian.
You see, it all depends where, I mean, same as I say, it's pretty reasonable in Sheffield. You can get some what we call dives, let's say.
Yeah.
But that is same wherever you go in the UK. This, like in Bristol, same as
it's like that in Toronto too.
Ian says in Liverpool, there is certain areas in every place where where that are rough. Let's say we call them rough places.
Well, ours is 120 a week, and you could probably fit all our house in Jeanette's front room. Our house is much smaller than Jeanette's. Much smaller.
Yeah, but I mean, same as I say, I mean, Bella's been here, and it is a big place.
It is,
and it's £90 a week.
It's nicely laid out as well.
Yeah, I mean, the only downside I can say about it is where our patio doors are. There's like houses, a row of houses behind us.
Yeah.
So let's say, for instance, you couldn't get dressed with the curtains open because their bedrooms look directly into our bedroom, if you know what I mean. So it's a case of that. It's just the layout, if you know what I mean. That's the only sort of downside of this estate. You've got houses back in. We can, like, there's a row in front of us, not directly in front of us, but to me, they've been built many years. It's a case of not such a good layout, let's say.
It's not bad at the front, Jeanette. It's not that close to the front. You've got quite a bit outside.
Yeah. I mean, it's
the
just
back is more close, but the
that's what I'm saying, Bella. I mean, the ones that back onto us are rather close, if you know what I mean. And it's like are you laughing at what Ian said? It don't matter where you go, Ian. There is parts of Sheffield like that as well.
Oh yeah.
and I'm not being racist or anything here, but Chris often says,
What's no fecker English?
it means there's certain areas where
Nobody's English.
yeah, I mean it's like certain parts of Sheffield, and this is
Oh, I know what you're talking about. Yeah.
you see this certain parts of Sheffield, and Chris calls it spot the white man area, if you know what I mean.
There's a lot of this in. I would say up here, it's mostly Polish, Lithuanians, and
oh, well, we've got them all, Bella. We've got Polish, we've got Romanian, we've got, and this is what I'm on about with the rough areas, and the ones particularly where we lived before. It were they got to council, and we'll put them all in one place, if you know what I mean. It's when they
like a melting pot.
When they're struggling to find them housing, they put them in. Then they put them all in one place, if you know what I mean. I can't really explain what I mean.
We haven't got that. The rough part here is all rough white people, all rough, English people.
I mean, the place where we used to live, there were Romanian, Polish, Asian, you name it. And same as Chris says, he says, I think the council struggled to find places to put them, so they put them all in that area, if you know what I mean.
Well, where I come from in East London, I mean, I loved it as a kid because and it was lovely as a kid. But honestly, now where I lived, where I come from, we would be the ethnic minority.
Yeah,
we definitely would.
We have the same place like in Scarborough and Rexdale. Like there's certain places, like where it's kind of rougher than most.
Yeah.
Like you're not recommended to go there at all. Like you will get like hurt.
Come over here and see us, Steve.
Definitely not this year, next year I'll definitely be coming. Like once I get my house situated and I get my 1-bedroom all nice, I'm gonna come like visit you guys. I didn't know that I'd be moving like I should be coming like sooner.
Yeah. Well, I'm gonna go back to a story to where we used to live. I mean, it was Sunday morning, right, of all times, and it were about 7:30 morning, and there were this bit of what I call a kerfuffle. They were shouting and blah blah blah, and they was what Trollbuster's just been talking about.
Yeah.
And I think they're on the way to church, of all places. And they were throwing shoes at each other, and they were arguing, and they were tussling, and that's sort of just typical of where we used to live. You know what I mean? And these were people that were on the way to church.
Mm.
But why they decided to have an argument? Same as I say, we opened curtains to see what were going off. They were throwing shoes at each other and everything.
There's a time and place for everything.
I mean, this is
wow.
7:30 on a Sunday morning, and I think they were actually on the way to church. And I think, from what we gathered, it were like two brothers arguing. But
yeah,
the brothers had got the partners or the wives there with them. So two blokes were arguing, and then two women were trying to calm it down, and then they got to arguing. Some as I say, there were shoes being thrown left, right, and centre.
It's like an episode of Jeremy Kyle.
Where Baz comes from, originally Mornington, he comes from Lynn. And that's a nice area. That is.
We're actually just me and Ian were talking about that the other day.
What?
Well, I watched the Real Housewives of Cheshire.
Yeah.
And somebody's bought a restaurant there at the Real Housewives.
Lim's a lovely area. It's nice, and his mum lived there till she passed away, and I loved her to bits. I loved her so much, and we used to go over there on a Sunday, and yeah, I liked it. I liked it very much.
Yeah, same as I say. I mean, Trollbuster says where he lives ain't too bad. And Ian's put, Troll, to be honest, mine's not now. It was when I was younger, but seems to, it does. You know, I mean, like,
Change.
I mean, it's got, you know, I'm talking about going back years. I mean, when I were a kid, you know, there weren't many people of Asian or other ethnic people around. You know what I mean? And, you know, we used to go out and play and... What, she tried to say that Baz is a snob?
It is a snobby area. It is a snobby area, but it's nice. It's nice. It is a nice place.
But you can't help where you're born, can you? You know what I mean? Like I were born in Nottinghamshire, and the majority of the people in our area were from the mining community because there were a lot of mines, coal mines.
Yeah.
And it wasn't unusual to have several people in the family that worked down the mine.
Yeah. It's like where I come from from East London. When I was a little girl, all our dads either worked in the docks or worked at Ford's.
Yeah.
At a plant at Dagenham.
Yeah.
Dads.
Where I were brought up, nearly everybody that you knew worked down the mines, and then they closed them all down. And it's when you think that some of the people have worked down the mine since they're about 15. It's what do we do now?
Yeah. Yeah, Baz is definitely nosing the ear. That's why he married me. He wanted a posh bird, Ian.
But yeah, I mean it's you know, it's a case of where you're born, where you're brought up, you know what I mean? I mean a lot of the way I talk is that's how we talk in Nottinghamshire, and you know, basically we were known as like it were a mining area. So you know, and it's often been referred to the way I talk, Bella, as pit talk, what we call pit talk.
Pit talk?
Pit talk. Yeah.
Oh.
Because they used to refer to the mines as pits in the UK. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And, you know, they refer to your accent as, oh, I can recognise that accent because it's pit talk.
Won't come up yet.
Trust Baz. It's put, laugh my arse off, Ian. Watch it, Ian, or I'll be around putting your booster board on bricks. Yeah, and what Chris has just put is typical of the way they talk, like in Yorkshire as well. Get this end down pit, lass.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? That is typical.
I have no idea what that says. Get the send darn hat.
Get yourself down the pit, lass, girl. You know what I mean? That is basically just the way that they talk in Yorkshire. You know, I mean, this is typical. Can you remember that day when God the Good One came in? And I was saying ass, and he says, it's the way, you know, our house, you know, that is posh. That our ass, that's and God says it sounded like I said, arse. You know what I mean? You've sort of got to understand the lingo, if you know what I mean.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, Charles Buster says there are so many boarded up houses in Liverpool that the window cleaner goes round with a sander. But I mean, it's. I suppose it's same with you, Steve. You've got different parts of Canada that talk differently, like accents, etc.
Yeah, we do. Like
I can't tell different accents in America. I can't tell your accent, Steve, from an American, a New Yorker.
Oh, really?
No,
Because a lot of people say they can hear the Canadian in my voice.
I can't tell any Canadian from American, and the only ones I can tell is like the Southern accent.
It's more prevalent over in Newfoundland. Like you would hear an accent in Newfoundland. Like Newfoundland people, that's more on like, the right-hand side, the eastern side of Canada.
But you've also got, like in America, you've got the Southern drawl, as they call it, haven't you?
That like Dolly Parton type.
Yeah. We have those too, for sure.
And it's like, I'm same as Bella. An American sounds like an American to me.
Yeah.
But then when you hear people talking in different accents, like same as I said, the Southern drawl, you could tell the difference.
Yeah.
Because they talk like, see y'all.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, sort of like that. And it's only like accents here in the UK, depending on where you come from.
See, like, from Toronto, like, it's kind of like a melting pot. We have a bit of everything. Like, that's what Toronto is known for, right? But anywhere else in Canada, you really see authentic Canada. Like, especially if you go up north and stuff. Oh, what do you say?
It's all right. Charles Buster's just put a joke in. He says, Liverpool FC have made 2 new signings, a Japanese lad and an Italian. Jurgen Klopp, who is the manager of Liverpool, says they should fit in well with Liverpool style. Their name is Nikamota and Robertelli. That one's a good one. I mean, going back to Nick, obviously everybody knows that Charles Buster is Nick. He'd put a post in the Facebook group, and I don't think it was particularly him. And he says something about Halloween. He says, I've been saving Ferrero Rocher wrappers up.
Oh, God, yeah.
I've dipped the Brussels in chocolate and wrapped them up in these Ferrero Rochers. And Steph put, oh, that's evil. And I just put under it, I says, you've got to learn to know Nick, I says, and his sense of humour.
And that made me laugh.
I couldn't stop laughing at that one. I
thought there's a few people I'd like to dish them out to.
I mean, can you imagine going trick-or-treating, thinking that you're a Ferrero Rocher and then getting home and biting into it and it's bloody Brussels?
Oh, that would suck.
Yeah. They won't come next year, put it that way, Baz. But yeah, I mean, it's a good idea, you know what I mean? But I just had to laugh about it. And I thought, you can just imagine the poor kid's face biting into this and it being a book. Sprouts, actually, Steve, if you...
Right, I'm off because it's Wednesday. You know what Wednesday is?
Shopping day.
The shopping day. So that's coming soon. So I'll be off because I don't want to panic about when the shopping comes.
Okie dokie then, Bella.
I'll probably speak to you this afternoon.
Yeah. Did you get that message that I sent last night?
I don't know.
Yeah, it were. I'm froze now with Chat's disconnected again. Oh, sorry, I thought chat had disconnected again. It would just like froze for a minute. Yeah, I sent a message. Somebody that came in yesterday, the one that we were panicking about.
Yeah.
I find out who it is.
Ah.
But it's nothing to worry about. Freezing temperatures in that's what Baz is laughing about. Freezing temperatures in Liverpool this morning. Reports say it was so cold. A Scouser was seen with his hands in his own pocket. No job, mister.
Right, Chris.
Hi, Honeyban. I'll speak to you later, darling.
Yeah. Bella's just said hi, honey bun.
Hi, everybody. How are you?
I'll see you
Right, I'll
later.
see you later. See you later.
Are they going?
Got shopping coming.
Shopping coming.
Yeah, shopping day.
Shopping day.
Yeah, they were what comes, sweetheart.
Ah,
So
see them.
yeah. Thank you. There's not many left. I'm gonna have to roll some more for you. But yeah, it's all right. I'm apologising for his thing not coming. I mean, it's beyond my control, but I'm just apologising. Yeah, he says it's the way I tell him. What, you having soup for your dinner, sweetheart? See? It's all right. He's come home for his dinner, struggling to think what to have for his dinner. And I went, got some soup in cupboard. I just had a go of the Liverpool version of Monopoly. It's just like regular Monopoly, except Space says go to jail. Every space. Oh dear. I don't know whether you noticed the reply I did put in on the Facebook group, Nick. Same as I say to Stephanie, she's got to get used to your sense of humour.
What's wrong?
Well, I don't know. 25. I don't know how much taxi is going to cost. I'm having to ask him for my own money.
Nicky Barbody. What's his? Mine, what's mine's mine.
Yeah. Well, you know what your bank balance says? It says 0.
It don't. It says minus.
So, but if you're wondering what that were all about, I've got the physio later on, and I said to him, go to Olymp Wall. He's got my card. So I says, get me some money out because I'm going to need a taxi to get to the physiotherapist. I also needed some cigarettes. So I'm having to ask him for my own money now. How do you stop a Scouser from breaking into your house? Put a sign up saying job vacancies. Oh dear. And there's only Nick can tell them like that. Sorry, Nick, but yeah. So as I say, going back to the thing, I did sort of put on the post the Ferrero Rocher thing. You've got to get to know Nick's sense of humour. You know. So obviously she's sort of got to get to know you and get to know your sense of humour. And I mean, we all know what you like, so I mean, we're not surprised at anything that you say or any of the jokes. So you know, yeah, Baz says he's in stitches. At least we've had a laugh. That's the main thing. We've had a laugh. So I mean, sorry about being sort of aimed at Liverpool, but hey ho. Okay then, thank you for coming in. That's how I roll. I hope you've had a good time. I hope you've had a laugh. So yeah, thank you for joining us, and I do appreciate you coming in. I've been having to give Nick a few tips on baking, by the way.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, I mean, if you want me to send you the recipe, Nick, I will do, but it's on the BBC website. Well, BBC Food, you know, just take a look. I mean, what I do is I go on that website, I look for recipes, I print them off. As you can see, I print them off. So I hope you have another attempt. I hope it don't put you off, and I hope you have success. But I do recommend them liners. And all you do is, baby, can you bring me them liners out from under the cupboard?
What?
Them cake liner things. Under the cupboard. Can you bring both of them? The loaf tin ones as well. I mean, if you've got a B&M or a Own Bargains near you, Nick, I highly recommend them. Everything's falling out at cupboard. But yeah, I do highly recommend them. You know, they're only £1 and you get about 25. So yeah, I'll just demonstrate, you know, I use it. They're easy enough.
No.
There's some brown ones as well.
They've got them.
Well, I want the brown ones as well. Well, these are the loaf tin ones that I buy. You can get like the Victoria sandwich ones. Yeah. Sort of, while I've got, you see, that's all you do, Nick. You just put them in there like that. You put your cake mix in there, and when they've cooled down, you just take them out and then peel that off your cake. That's the loaf tin ones. Now these ones I actually bought from Asda because I'd run out. So these are the I'll make me and Callum some in a bit.
All right.
So basically, these is the hiya, Hungry Trophy Trooper. How are you? These is the other ones. And when you do, you like your cake, you know, them cakes, you just put them in like that and put your mixture in there. Simple. Best thing I've ever come across. And obviously, you know, I do a lot of baking, so I swear by them. I'd never have anything else. So yeah, you know, it's a case of just put them in your pans, put your cake mix in, voila, job done. But same as I say, then I bought from Asda the brown ones, but you can get the white ones from B&M, Own Bargains. I think they do them in pound stretcher, and they're only £1. Saves a lot of hassle. £1 well spent in my eyes. So I hope that goes some way to helping you, Nick. I mean, they turn out perfect as well, but don't forget the baking powder.
Get that one. I'm having dinner, mate.
It's all right. Chris has sat having his dinner, and Tucker the ginger cat is wanting in on the action.
I say he wants to get some lovely dinners.
What cat that likes soup?
No minestrone at this.
Minestrone soup. So yeah, I mean, if anybody's got any questions like baking wise, I mean, I don't mind asking. Like Nick's asked me about the why his didn't rise. I mean, I hope Chris just been panned. Yeah. Well, you see, I've got that many cake pans and stuff in the cupboard. It's a case of when you open the cupboard, everything falls out.
Well, get in now.
I've got like saucepans, the cake tins, slow cooker, flasks and everything in the one cupboard. And it's a case of when you're trying to find something, you have to move things out of the way, and more often than not, everything falls out of the cupboard. So I've got a question to ask Baz. when is this surprise coming to your channel? You know, I'm just asking the question, have you got planned when you're making your YouTube debut, or, you know, have you got a particular time, or, you know, because we're all on tenterhooks here waiting for the debut of your channel and what it's going to be, you know. And I don't think a lot of people know this, but Baz is actually a qualified chef.
Yes, he can actually make beans on toast without bread toast.
So yes, Baz is actually a qualified chef. Went to college and everything, did his degree and everything to become a chef, which is what Callum wants to do.
You'll have a trainee then, Baz.
Yeah. Yeah, so you might have like a mini Baz chef.
I say.
Callum's Chris has sat there, tried to eat his soup, and Tucker is actually sat on his knee. Well, and he's like this with his bowl of soup, tried to eat his soup while Tucker's on his knee. Pingu Ramsey. But yeah, I mean, Callum's in, as he keeps saying, a week tomorrow. Callum is sweet 16 a week tomorrow. So I don't know whether, you know, when we're not having a party or anything. I don't want any fuss. I mean, anybody that knows Callum knows he's one of these that,
wants his games and
yeah, he just wants a few games for his Xbox. You know, to him, it's like me. He just sees it as another day. Steve's gone as well now, I've just noticed.
Oh, is it?
Yeah. I've only just noticed. I'll just send him another invite. So yeah, I just realised I was sat here talking away to myself. I didn't even realise Steve had gone. I don't know whether you have to wait and see, Mrs. P. Still planning stages at the moment. Oh, so you've not got like a, you know, next week or week after or whatever. I mean, you've not got a plan. You're just in the planning stage at the moment. So, but I don't know whether anybody watched Pixie's live stream last week. He did. Baz appeared on the Hangouts with Pixie, not giving anything away. So, but yeah, same as I say, it's you'll be all right, Baz. I mean, same as I say, everyone that knows you, you know, has seen it. Will be next week sometime. Oh, that's good then.
What day? What time? What area?
I mean, are you debuting anybody this week? Are you got anything planned for your live stream tomorrow, or are you just
No, I'll just live it.
Yeah.
If anybody wants to come up.
Yeah, I'm just asking Pixie whether he were, you know, inviting. It's just one of them like chilled out live streams where, you know, anybody that's in the chat can go live or go on Hangouts with him, you know. So yeah, and I will be doing my pumpkin cheesecake a bit later on. Same as to say, all the palaver. Tell him in the corner to shut up.
Shut up.
He says, did you hear that, Baz? He says, Tucker, shut up.
I'm not eating Gordon, I'm here.
He's just had his soup, look.
I'm going to get one of them now. Okay.
I'm working. Oh, you're working tomorrow night, are you? As well?
Who was that, Mr. DJ?
Yeah, yeah. So, but that's unusual for you, Ian. I'm working on a Thursday night. So, is it something special? Is it, you know, a birthday party or? Oh, you'll be there, will you, Baz? Well, as you know, Eagle VP Keith went live last night about the drone thing. So after the live stream, he rang Chris, and as you know, Sean were there, and somebody called Steve, which is that aerial, whatever it is. I can't remember the name of the channel, but they're also Pegasus Drone Media or something. Oh yeah, wedding. It's a wedding, is it? He actually rang Chris to ask him if he's doing one again next week, and said, would you be willing to come up, you know, talk about, you know, your drone footage and everything. He did actually ask Chris if, you know, the guy that he goes out droning with at the weekends, Steve, if he'd be willing to come up. And Chris says, well, in all honesty, Keith, it's all right, like doing the drone footage and everything, but I don't think he's confident enough at the moment to appear on like a live stream, let's say. Oh, I end up blue last night. Oh. What? How did you end up blue? Just asking. You know, you've got to tell us why you ended up blue. Blue wrench. I've got to message Lucy as well, because she said at the beginning she got a friend's invite from someone, so I don't know what it's pertaining to, but I'm going to message her afterwards, or I might even message her to see who it was. I mean, I've got a sort of idea. Oh yeah, she's already sent me a message. So, well, Keith made me. Oh, yeah. Oh, I get you now. So, I'm just messaging Lucy. Yeah. So yeah, I'll message Ian and tell him what. Sorry about this.
It's not really. What are you talking about? Well, I've got a Coca-Cola ball, please.
Yes, there's one on there.
Where?
No, we. So yeah, I've just sent you a message, Ian. And that. Oh, Gordon Bennett. Just read it, Nick. Too right. That's what I say. Too right. We're whatever size boot you've got as well. Oh, yeah. It seems like that person is doing the best to worm the way back, let's just say. I mean, I had someone... It's all right, I'm just going to my emails because I got a notification that... a certain channel had subscribed to me, right? No subscribers or anything. You know what we were talking about the other day, Ian? I think that's something to do with that. So just, if you can see that. I'll just open it up. Right. That is the channel that I got the request from. Or, well, they've sent me a... They've subscribed to me. No content, no subscribers or anything. Okay then, Baz.
Hello, Baz.
So, yeah. And it's a channel called Drama or Us.
I don't think so.
No subscribers, no content or anything.
Yeah.
So I'm just warning you, if you get that channel subscribing to you, it says they've subscribed to me. So, so yeah, and that came through this morning. Nick Stoves in what? Putting your hand up a turkey's ass again. So yeah, you know, it's just watch out for that. I mean, obviously I've not subscribed back because, you know, it's a bit iffy. No subscribers, no content, no nothing. So I'm just telling you to watch out for that.
Vigilant.
Yes. Drama or Us.
Well, what's that channel like that?
Yeah.
Like that?
So I've got a clue who it might be. Let's just say. And Ian knows who I'm talking about, and probably Trollbuster knows who I'm talking about. So I've got a good idea. So oh. So yeah, I mean, I know we are aware of certain things that are happening in the next few days. Just replying to Lucy's message. Oh, pardon me. Very close to getting stoved in, if you get my drift. So yeah, so we're down to the 5 viewers. So yeah. Oh, we know you're here. You're over other side of the room. But yes, I mean, certain events are happening in the next few days. So just telling everybody to be vigilant, etc., etc. You know, people know, well, sort of know what I'm talking about, but it seems a little bit suspect when that certain event is going to be happening, and then I get like that channel supporting me or subscribing to me. You know what I mean? So, I mean, the name of the channel as well. That makes it all a little bit, but Ian, myself, Bella and Baz and Pixie have all said, you know, is the calm before the storm? Are we going to have certain things happening in the next few days? Again. But obviously, that channel supporting my channel makes it blatantly obvious that what Ian said is happening. So, I mean, it's suspect that channel subscribing to me, no content, no supporters, and the name of the channel. Just saying. So I want everybody to be very, very vigilant. Let's just say. I mean, we did have somebody in yesterday. Never been in before. I looked at the channel, 18 supporters, but I did find out who it was. Now, you know, it was nothing sort of what we said. It was somebody else. Hiya, Carl. How are you? Yes. Carl says he's just seen you coming and he would like to work on the project with you. Hiya, Mark. Please, how are you? Well, you see what it was, Carl. You mentioned that you wanted to do a collaboration with a drone person. And obviously Pixie's got a drone, so I mentioned it to Chris and he emailed you, if you know what I mean. Yeah. But the thing is, Ian, I mean, we've had all this. We've been there and done that and got the T-shirt. So it's a case of we're not going to be doing the poking. But the fact of the matter is that that person doesn't stand a cat in hell's chance, let's just say. So, you know, it's a case of, you know, you poke a bee's nest and sooner or later the bees attack, let's just say. But, you know, I mean, we thought all this palaver were over and done with, but is it just, you know, it's a case of waiting and seeing, really. It's a case of waiting and seeing. And I'm still waiting for the little $ to appear in my chat as well. So
you've got to enable that yourself.
Well, you know what I mean.
Yeah.
I haven't had the email yet, let's just say. Still waiting of the email. So watch this space, and once I get the email, that little $ will appear on the chat. And there'll be, when you watch my videos, there'll be advertisements. And it's a case of, AdSense, I want my check. Yeah, exactly, Trollbuster. Is put, all I will say, be careful what you wish for, tease the dog enough, don't go complaining when it bites you. But this is it, you know, I mean, yeah, I'm putting the plan together. It would be in January, February, if that would be a good month. Yeah, that's fine. It's a certain, we've had a problem with a certain person. Now, we're not the only one that's had a problem with a certain person, but I was getting blamed for something that I hadn't done. I was getting trolled to hell. Then when you do nothing, it changes and it takes a. But yeah, but all I'm saying is that person were blaming me for events that I'd got nothing to do with, but I was being targeted for something that I didn't do, let's just say. But the fact of the matter is that person didn't realise the strength of the community behind me. And I do appreciate everyone's support when that was going off. And so I'm getting upset again now.
Go on, girl.
I do. If it hadn't been for certain people, I'd have thought, F it, and I'd close my channel down. And then people know who I'm talking about. Two in particular that are in the chat now. If it hadn't been for you guys, I'd have thought, you know, it's not worth it. Blah, blah, blah. I'd have closed my channel down. Well, that's it. I mean, same as Chris has just said, don't let them win. But you know where I am. I do get upset. And the fact that I was getting blamed for something that I didn't do, if it hadn't been for you guys' support, you know.
Yeah, so I'll put it out there. If they want to target somebody, target me.
Yeah.
Me, they're banding. Second time round.
Hi, Coop. Sorry, you're coming in and seeing me crying and whatever, but
so
just explaining
the background and whatnot.
Yeah.
Have a go with me and see what they get back, boy.
Yeah. As you've just heard, Pixie's
come down here upsetting my wife.
Yeah.
You've got a big problem on your hands.
And you never hear Pixie like that, but same as he said, the fact that I've been upset, it's upset him. And same as Ian said, you know, Nick's just a puppy, but I do know what Ian's talking about. But, you know, Chris is of the same way as Nick and Ian. You know what I mean? You've got a problem. Don't pick on a woman.
I told him to confront me. They never did.
No.
Because they're chicken shit. Excuse my French.
Yeah. And you've just heard that little bit of a rant. You know, that person, Chris said to him, you know, if you want to say it to me. It's nothing to do with Jeanette. You're upsetting my wife. You think, you know, you think you're clever, etc.
Keyboard warrior.
Yeah.
Oh, they are.
It's the fact that I'm a woman. He thinks I'm a pushover because, yeah, I do get emotional. But that person didn't realise the backing I've got from the community, and I do appreciate it. So, if anybody's watching, be warned, because you don't know who you're dealing with. That's all I'm saying. And if you are watching, just think before you kick off again. Just think about it. And that's all I'm saying. Okay, sorry, yeah. I mean, we're not actually talking about dogs, Coop, but we're on about certain people on YouTube have attacked me personally for something that I wasn't involved in, that I had nothing to do with. Yeah. And I mean, I've often said, Carl, don't take my tears as a weakness. But I do get emotional. But until that certain thing happened, I didn't realise the support I've got behind me. And I don't think that person realised the support I've got behind me. You know what I mean? And they thought they were picking on a poor defenceless woman. Yes, I do get emotional. But same as Carl says, getting emotional, it don't make you weak. But same as I was saying, and I'll say it again, thank everybody for the support, because it means a lot to me. And I have got the support behind me. And I appreciate that to the highest degree. I do really do. And I always say that if anybody's got a problem, I'll sit here and talk to you. I'll sit here and talk to you. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, we all know Ian. We love him to bits. But I class Ian as a very good friend. I class Nick as a very good friend. You know what I mean? And the reason why I am getting emotional, it's not the fact that, it's just the fact that the way people have stood by me, they've stuck up for me, you know. And I do appreciate that support. And when I say I appreciate it, I mean it. Nothing easy. It's, we're just going back to a problem that I had not so long back. Now, the thing that started it off, I've had someone support me this morning. And it's a channel called Drama or Us. And it's got no supporters, no content or anything. Now, we had a problem with a certain channel not so long back. And I was getting blamed for something that I hadn't done. And there was shit being flown, let's say. And but that person didn't realise the support I'd got behind me. Now, we thought it had been put to bed, but obviously by that friend's request or supporter supporting me this morning, obviously it looks like it's going to start again, which we thought it might. So the channel's called Drama or Us, which obviously is a bit suspicious, the name in the first place. The fact that they've got no supporters and no content. So, yes, Ian's changing the subject. I'll be doing a pumpkin cheesecake later on. I've done the pumpkin bit, even though I would nearly throw my guts up doing it. Because I had to, well, what I call gut the pumpkin, and I had to get my fingers in it, and it's all like stringy, gooey bits with all pumpkin seeds in it. So, yeah, that'll be going up later. So it's a case of watch this space. because the vlog will be up later, and for them that aren't seen it, that's the pumpkin cheesecake. And if you look, Nick, that's from BBC Food as well. It's something different. It's not a pumpkin pie, it's a pumpkin cheesecake. So it's like a biscuit base, a mixture of pumpkin, cream cheese and everything in the middle, and double cream on the top. So yeah, so that'll be coming later. The vlog probably not be up till tomorrow, because once you've actually made the cheesecake, it's got to go in the fridge overnight. So it like sort of the vlog not be complete till tomorrow, because once it's been in the fridge overnight, you have to put the double cream on top. So, I mean, in all honesty, I've never tasted pumpkin. I've never eaten pumpkin. But I didn't know until the other day that a pumpkin is a vegetable. So I think the cream cheese and sugar and everything in it, it's supposed to make it sweet. So, I mean, it's, you know, it is what it is. I mean, if it's nice, it's nice. If it's not, it's not. You know what I mean? Yeah. So that is going to be done. I did the pumpkin bit yesterday because you have to steam it or roast it, and I couldn't get tinned pumpkin or frozen pumpkin. I had to actually buy a pumpkin. Hiya, Steph. How are you? So yeah, I've sort of been looking at it for a few days and thinking, well, I've got to bite the bullet. So I sawed top off and inside. Tell you, when I was sorted, because you have to scoop up. It were horrible, let's just say. I sat there, I had to scoop it out with my hands, and the best way I can describe it is it's like snotty stuff. It's horrible. It's like all stringy and horrible, mushy. But then you've got all pumpkin seeds inside it as well. I mean, people were saying, well, aren't you going to carve the pumpkin or anything? I'll tell you what, I felt that sick afterwards. Pumpkin went straight in bin after I'd got what I needed. So it's sitting, it's in the bin. But I mean, you've either got the stomach for it or you haven't. I mean, I'd be no good in like a challenge, let's say, because if my stomach turns over just by gutting a pumpkin out, then. But it was just the fact that I had to scoop it out with my hands, and it were like all stringy, snotty stuff. It were horrible. I mean, I can deal with sick. I can deal with, you know, I mean, changing the kids' nappy and deal with sick and everything and blood and whatever. But it were absolutely disgusting when I was doing that pumpkin yesterday. Words can't describe. Same as I say, I had to do it with my hands because somebody said, well, hadn't you got a ladle or something? The only thing I'd got were like one of these ice cream scoops, and it were only like a little thing. So you got to get right. I thought, sod it, I'll scoop it out with my hands. But big mistake because when I were doing it. But it's not everyone. I mean, you might have done it and thought, you know, it's just something else, but it was just the fact that it was snotty and stringy and it were horrible. Ooh, you've jumped up quite a bit then, Ian. It was on 1,683 and it's gone up to 1,600. No, it was on 1,669 and woke up to 1,683. But yeah, Alexander, it were absolutely gross. Same as I say, nothing phases me, blood, you know, sick or anything. But honestly, it turned my stomach when I were having to do that yesterday. But I would check who's supported you, Ian. You know, after what I've just told you, just check who supported you. So yeah. But I will be doing the vlog later. But as I say, it'll probably not be published till tomorrow because it's got to be in the fridge overnight to set, you know, the pumpkin bit in the middle. So, oh, it's drone people, is it? But that's the reason why I've shown you that, just to be vigilant. Just check who's supported you. That's all I'm saying. So, oh, that were a good shot. So, I'm hoping I'm going to be able to do the vlog later because I've got the physiotherapist later on. So, I might have my hands strapped up, or I'll probably be in pain. I was down here at 2 o'clock this morning because my back was killing me. Well, what it were, as people know, I feel like I pulled a muscle in my back. So when I went to bed last night, I couldn't get comfortable. Now, I always take a painkiller before I go to sleep. And I actually, the only place I could get comfortable was laying on my back. Well, big mistake, because I fell asleep laying on my back. And I woke up at 2 o'clock and it was like I couldn't move. I don't know whether because the fact that I fell asleep on my back, but as people know, I've got trouble with my back anyway. But yeah, I felt like I was paralysed. Just, you know, that's how I felt. I couldn't move, and every time I moved, it were hurting my back. So thought, well, rather than toss and turn and wake Chris up because he got me up at 6 o'clock this morning, I come downstairs and that were at 2 o'clock this morning. So yeah. Well, it's 12:35, guys. Pixie will be going back to work in a little bit.
Ooh.
So only for a short while.
90 days to go.
Well, you see, this is the nature of YouTube, Alexander. And Ian said other day, it boils down to jealousy. Pure and simple. Because, I mean, I'm not, you know, Ian's got more supporters than what I have. Pixie's got more supporters than what I have. And I've just reached I mean, I've only ever had 2 goals on YouTube, and that was to reach 1,000 supporters and to get me watch time. Now, I've achieved both them goals, but you've got certain people out there that are jealous. And that's all it boils down to. There was events went off. I got the blame for something that I didn't do, but I was constantly being attacked. I mean, I can't go into too much detail, but that happened a few weeks ago. We thought it had died down, and for some reason, we've got a suspicion that it's going to start up again. You know, it's I had someone support me this morning, channel called Drama or Us. No subscribers, no content. So, yeah, exactly, Ian. But, you know, at the end of the day, I always say, I am who I am. I don't put no airs and graces on. I will help anybody out. But to get blamed, like we were talking about yesterday, to get blamed for something that I didn't do, that was nothing to do with me, I got targeted, let's say. And it's just jealousy. It's just jealousy. Yeah. Thank you, Stephanie. Same as I say, there's just one word for it. Jealousy. You know, I am who I am. You know, if I get up there, I get up there. If I don't, numbers don't mean anything to me. I only wanted the 2 goals. That was 1,000 supporters. And the 4,000 hours watch time, which I've achieved. But obviously, certain people are jealous of that fact. Yeah, okay then, Angel. Bye. See you later on. I'm not going to be long shutting it down anyway. So as I say, I've been on over 2 hours, and but yeah, I mean, the reason why I got upset a bit earlier on is I do appreciate everyone. Yeah. He's not a troublemaker, Steph. He's just a great he's a great YouTuber, and how can I put it? A great friend, even though we've never met personally. You know what I mean? I know that if it weren't for the support of Ian, for Nick, who is Trollbuster, Pixie, and everybody else, I'd have thought, I'm not dealing with this. I'm going to pack my YouTube in. I can't do with, you know, the upset and everything. You know, if I hadn't had these guys' support, I'd have thought, it's not worth it. I'm going to shut my channel down, blah, blah, blah. Everything that I've worked for. So it's a case of, if it hadn't have been for these guys, I probably still wouldn't have been here today.
I'd have kicked your arse.
And Pixie says he'd have kicked me up arse as well. Yes, and as Trollbuster says, I've had the unfortunate privilege of meeting him. I do, and the thing is with Nick, he puts himself down, but he's a lovely guy. You know what I mean?
He's all right, Andy.
You know, he is a lovely guy, and it's same as us. What you see is what you get. You know what I mean?
He's all right, Dick, for a Bristol City fan.
Yeah, the same as I say, if it hadn't been for Pixie's support, for Bella's support, for Ian's support, and Nick's support, I probably would have quit. But the fact of the matter is, you know, and same as I've said, you don't mistake my tears for weakness, because I'm not. But there comes a certain point where things do get to you. Ian's support could be worse. You could support Sheffield United.
Well, what's better than being soft? That's all I can say.
Yeah, but for how long?
Oh, rest of the season.
Yeah, thank you, Alexander. Same as Alexander says, never give up. But you see, the thing is, I mean, the whole point of me starting my YouTube channel in the first place was, it's all right, I'm crying again.
You're crying for, girl.
About a year and a half ago, my mum passed away. And I got to a place where I felt lost. And people know what I'm talking about when I felt lost. And I mean, Pixie did YouTube. And somebody said to me, why hasn't Jeanette got a YouTube channel? Well, it were about that time my mum passed away. And I just decided to do a YouTube channel. My form of therapy, if you like. So I'm just laughing at what is. top of the league in the under 10s.
What's he say?
And Nick says you smoking them funny fags again. Community service. Oh dear.
So he's describing what he's doing now.
You see, this is what I'm talking about. You know, when you feel low, you can rely on Ian and Nick to cheer you up. You know what I mean?
Wait, Ian and Nick will blend in today, won't they? Because it's Halloween.
Ooh.
I thought that was quite witty for me.
But yeah. I mean, that's the story behind me starting my YouTube channel. I got to a point where, same as the same, my mum passed away. I felt a little bit lost. And, you know, it's a year and a half now. I mean, but it don't get any better. Oh, yeah. Yes, Stephanie says my therapist actually suggested me to do YouTube with my art, so I understand the therapy side of things, which is why my channel has the name it has. But yeah, I mean, same as I say, people suggested I did YouTube, so I started off like doing like daily vlogs. And I mean, when you look back at it, I mean, we sort of went back and watched some of my earlier videos, and to say I looked a bit stiff and whatever is like an understatement, because I was new to this. I weren't used to being in front of a camera, blah blah blah, and I were what we call a little bit stiff. You know, you're nervous. Ian at Trollbuster says you don't need to dress up, Ian.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I thought that's why he'd bought the mask, Ian.
Improve his looks.
Because he said, hey, I'm doing a live stream as I'm possibly dressing up tonight. But I got the impression you were, you know, because he'd been out and bought the mask and everything. Trollbuster and Ian are having a. I didn't. You look like that every day, Trollbuster said. And Ian says, I didn't want to outdo you to outdo me this year.
One time a year when they could go out feeling safe.
Well, that's the thing, Alexandra. I mean, we thought it were over and done with, but there's certain things occurred. So we've got a feeling that, you know. Trollbuster says, right, I'm off to work. Ian's put work. What's that?
Yeah, that's
but
what I'll be saying. So
you know, I mean, we've had a right laugh, sort of looking on when I very first started doing the vlogs, sitting in front of the camera, just talking into the camera. And when you look back, you're thinking, oh God, you know,
I'm still doing that.
I looked like I was stiff. I was talking different. You do, but as you progress, you get more self-confidence. You get more at ease, let's say. So yeah, I mean, but they're there for a reason, to look back and think, you know, were that really me? You know, and funnily enough, we sort of went back through my old videos and we looked at one and how many views had it got, about 400 and odd. And I went, what? But that is like the going back. And it wait till we went back and we were looking through the old videos, and he went, did you realise this vlog had got 400 and odd views? And I went, you're joking. Yeah. He says, I'm catching Chris up on YouTube. My goal is 2K before Christmas. You'll get it in, I tell you that now. Bye, Nick. Have a good day.
Yeah, see you, Nick. I've got 2 more sponsors.
Well, that Drama or Us is not one of them, are they?
I don't know. Not bothered if they are.
Yeah. Well, same as I say, I mean, when I got that support that they supported to me, I mean, obviously I didn't reciprocate it.
Can we not have big words on them Wednesday afternoon, please?
Well, what I'm going to do, guys, I mean, I know I've got the 9 viewers in. I'm going to shut it down. I've got the physiotherapy later on, so probably come home with more aches and pains that I went with. But hey-ho, we'll see how it goes. Take notice of it, shut it off. And yeah, I mean, same as I say, it's been fantastic the past 3 or 4 weeks because that certain channel hasn't been around, let's just say. But me, Ian, Bella and everyone were having a discussion and saying, well, that certain person's put a video up, they're coming back. So it seems funny that I get that supporter, no subscribers, no content, you know. So we're sort of on guard at the moment as to, you know, so, you know, it's just be vigilant, you know, as to who comes in. We did have a few strangers in yesterday, but one of them was just who it was anyway. So I'll see everyone in the morning. The vlog probably won't be up till tomorrow, as I said. And I'm okay. It's just same as I say. I do wear my heart on my sleeve. I'm a Virgo. I do wear my heart on my sleeve. I do get emotional. I do cry, but don't mistake my tears for weakness. I'm just saying, you know, and anybody that knows me knows, oh, you're going live at 2 p.m. I'll watch out for that, but I might not be able to stop for it all because my physio's at 3:10. So obviously I've got to get a taxi there and whatever. So I'll tune in from start, but I might not be able to stop all the way through. No, it isn't. No, it's nothing to do with that one. But I mean, if you're friends with me on Facebook, Alexander, you can message me, you know. Oh, because you did have the other mask as well, didn't you, Ian? So he has actually got 2 masks. He's got the Freddy Krueger one and then he's got another one. So, you know, I'll look out for you, Ian. And same as I say, I might not be able to stop for the whole live stream, but I'll be there. You know I will. You know, I've got book a taxi and everything to go to this physiotherapist. Oh, yeah. I didn't know what it was called. It says it's called the Purge mask. Oh, you've got a special mask coming. Oh. So I am going to shut it down, guys, and I'll see everyone tomorrow. Enjoy your Halloween and don't scare the children. That's the only thing I say. Don't scare the children. So I'll see everyone in the morning and about normal time between 10:30. So bye, everyone, and I'll see you in the morning.